What's up, gun enthusiasts? Got a new one here for you today. In this video, I want to show you and kind of walk through my wife's new carry gun that she just got, and it would be this bad boy right here. As you can see, it is clear. There's nothing in the chamber. There's no magazine. It is the Smith & Wesson Shield. Just kidding. That's not it. I just wanted to put this out here for comparison. It is actually this bad boy right here. New and improved, newly released from Smith & Wesson. It is the Shield Plus. Again, this is safety checked. There's no magazine. There is no round in the chamber. Let's get into talking about this gun. So I saw this gun a couple weeks ago. I saw TFB TV did a video on it, and I was like my jaw hit the floor. I was like, holy shit. Not just because of the eye-catching capacity. This gun comes standard with a 10+1 and a 13+1, a 13-round magazine, which matches and is equivalent to the Springfield Hellcat, which is the highest capacity micro slim 9 on the market. So Springfield, you know, a little bit late to the party, but comes in heavy at the end with this offering. This thing is, I mean, we haven't had a chance to shoot it yet. Honestly, just picked it up yesterday, so haven't had a chance to hit the range with it, but can give you kind of my initial impressions, compare it to, you know, the original Shield, and then hopefully I can help you if you're, you know, looking at getting one, or if there are questions you may have before you want to look at purchasing one, that, you know, I can kind of help you with those things. So this is the original right here. At first, I mean, quick glance, if you were walking, you know, through a gun store and saw this on, you know, the shelf or in the gun case, you probably wouldn't even notice it, that it was a Shield 9. You just think it was a Shield because it does, you know, it does look the same. The one obviously glaring change on the new Shield Plus is the trigger. This one had that standard kind of two-piece trigger for the M&P line. This one goes to a more, it looks like a traditional Glock trigger or a Springfield Hellcat trigger. Has that blade safety here that needs to be pressed. It has the, obviously this is put in place to stop over travel. The trigger on this thing is awesome. You know, just in dry firing it in the house, I can tell you that it is awesome. I'm a big fan of the Springfield Hellcat trigger, that it's a little more, you know, flattened as opposed to the traditional Glock trigger that has a little bit more of a curve on it. I'm not a huge fan of this trigger. One of the things I hate most about this gun is actually the trigger. I'm not a huge fan of that two-piece trigger that it has on it. And so with the original offering, there were some things, real quick before I get into this, there were some things that I didn't like about this. This was obviously the standard bearer for a while, right? This was really the first polymer slimline, you know, striker fired 9mm that you could carry, that was really like popular, right? It set the tone for what, you know, people were looking for, what people were going to carry, and what the market would look like. Obviously, there have been other companies that have come out with other offerings, some, you know, better, some more updated, but this was really like the gatekeeper for a while, right? This was the original bad boy. And so I got it and I like it, but there are some things that I didn't like about it. And one of the things I didn't like about it, obviously, I just am not a huge fan of this trigger. I didn't like how, I didn't like the grip texture here. It moves around a little bit, right? And if your hands is a little bit sweaty, it just doesn't have, you know, to me, what I'm looking for optimal grip, right, on a carry pistol. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. I didn't also like how slim the grip was. This one reminds me of a lot of like what I would consider like the Glock 43 grip, right? This one here, let me put it side to side, is a little bit thicker, right? This is, you can see it's a little bit thicker. All through here, it's a little bit thicker than this one is. And I really like that. That's one of the reasons to me that I like the 43X more than the 43. I like the 43 because you have not more capabilities as far as capacity, but you can do more things with the 43, right? Because the 43 has a shorter grip on it. You could rock it with the flat base plate, and you could put it in your pocket. You could keep it on your ankle. You could add a +2, a +3 to it. You could do a lot more with that gun than you could really the 43X. I know that the SA-15 magazines have come out. I've used them. I know people who have as well, and I had problems with them. I know people that have had problems with them. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm one of the people that really believes that you should go with factory magazines in your pistol. You just should. The only thing I really upgrade on my pistols, if a gun doesn't come with good night sights, then I'll do that. But I don't mess with the trigger. I don't mess with the magazines. I don't mess with the barrels. I don't mess with any of the internals. Just because to me, if a gun was supposed to come that way, then it would come that way. So you start dicking with a bunch of stuff. It's like it's like a car or whatever. You start dicking with a bunch of stuff, then you have the chance or the opportunity for more things to go wrong than should. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But to me, what they did with this pistol is all of the complaints that I had, minus the fact that it still comes with the shitty 3-dot white sights. I think the Novak sights or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of those. I obviously would upgrade these. I think at the price point, these are coming in about $550 right now, which is competitive with the Hellcat, and probably even more in some cases than the P365 that comes with night sights. You figure you got to add another $130 to this gun. That I think that Smith & Wesson missed the ball there. I think they should have included night sights on this new offering. If you're going to come out with this new pistol and all these different things and all these different changes and update everything, then you should have updated the sights. I mean, it's just, to me, it's kind of a head scratcher. That would be my only complaint about this pistol right now. But the grip is better. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. It's not quite as rough as the 2.0. It's in between. It's in between the original and the 2.0. So I think what Smith & Wesson did was they listened to people when they said, hey, the 2.0, great gun, but the grip texture on it is a little bit too rough. It's tearing my skin up. It's tearing my shirt up. And they really listened to the customer there and, made a change. I think that moving forward, if they're to put this grip texture on all of the M&P lines, I think it's going to be a home run. It's just a perfect balance to me. Like I said, the trigger, I'm a huge fan of this trigger. They brought back the whatever that fish scales or whatever up here. As you can see on the original, they're not there. So they are on this pistol. I like how easy this pistol is to press check. It's a lot easier to press check than any Glock or the Hellcat or whatever that I own. So again, I'm a huge fan of that. This one, again, does have the thumb safety on it. My wife, that's just what she likes, what she prefers on her carry guns. So, I'll take the safety off here and just kind of show you the trigger pull here. So you got that, it's really kind of a spongy kind of feel there, but it's not bad, right? It's not really bad. And it goes back to there. You start hitting the wall and breaks. Okay. And I'm gonna show you the reset here. Right there. Back. So it's a really, really nice trigger. Really crisp. It is a much improved trigger from the original or the 2.0 Shield. So home run there. They did Cerakote on the frame. I don't know if you can really see that. But instead of having almost, like a shiny black or like a gray It's more of like a matte black finish. So I do, again, dig that. You obviously have everything that you have on this one as far as that goes. Serial number, obviously there. Loaded chamber indicator here. So this is just a really awesome pistol. It feels really good in the hand. I think if you're a guy that has a little bit bigger hands, you'll probably like this gun a little bit better, just because the grip is a little bit wider. Personally, even though I have big hands, I'm not a huge fan of double stack guns. Like my Glock 19, I have it. I think it's a great gun. It's, arguably I don't want to say the best gun ever made, but it's, definitely up there as far as reliability, reputation goes. But I keep it in my nightstand. I don't ever carry it because it's so thick, it's so big, it's, and I prefer something that's thin like this. And when you start getting guns like this in the Hellcat and the 365, you're getting 12 or 13 plus 1. You're not that far off from 15 plus 1. And it's a much smaller and thinner gun that's a little bit easier to carry, a little bit easier to conceal. And I really like that. More of a, single stack and a half, I guess, is what you could almost call this new gun. Here, I'll show you the magazines. Obviously, I won't put it in because it's my wife's carry gun, so the magazine is loaded. But you can see the original here, the silver, and then you can see the new one. It's just a little bit thicker. They're a little bit more of a taper, a more drastic taper there at the top. But I really like the new black magazines. Another thing that I like that they did on this is, one of my other complaints was this. It's just so stupid. I don't understand why that was never locked in place. But on this one, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. It just stays put, which I think is nice. It makes more sense, and it makes for a better overall fit and finish to me personally. So if you're in the market for a new concealed carry gun, and even if you have like a Hellcat or a 365 like I do, I would highly suggest looking at this, picking one up. I told my wife this probably 3 or 4 months ago. We were talking about the Shield, and I said, if Smith & Wesson, an American company, was to come up with something that was the size of a Shield or update the Shield, and they were to fix the things that I don't like, the trigger, the grip, and make it carry more rounds, then I would buy it and I would carry it in a heartbeat over my Hellcat or anything else. And then lo and behold, a couple months later, I don't know through what powers in the universe, but the new Shield Plus comes out, and it's everything that I asked for. It's everything that I asked to be updated. Again, minus just the shitty sights that obviously will have to be replaced. But this is an awesome gun. I don't think that you can go wrong with this. The reputation of this gun, of this platform, is, other than really a Glock, is probably unmatched in the industry. So, I would highly suggest you look at this, and if you find a place that has one, put it in your hand. It feels awesome to me. And it might just be your new carry gun. I did, and I will make a video here. I did order this gun last week. It's not in yet, but I ordered the Performance Center model of this that comes with the ported slide, the ported barrel. It has updated tuning, and then obviously has the fiber optic sights. So as soon as that comes in, I'll do a quick kind of overview with this gun and that gun, and just kind of show you the major differences. My wife obviously didn't care about that kind of shit, but I was like, man, I mean, if, for $70 or $65 or whatever it was more to get those, upgrades, I was all for it. And so that's going to be, as soon as that thing comes in, I'm going to take it to the range. I'm going to, put all kinds of ammo through it, run it through the test. And then, if everything checks out the way that it should and the way I feel, it will, then that will be my new carry gun over my Springfield Hellcat. So hope this was, helpful. Just kind of getting a quick look at, the differences in the original Shield and the Shield Plus. I think everything that they did to this gun, minus the sights, is a drastic upgrade and improvement. Thoroughly impressed, and I think that you're going to start seeing a lot more of these Shield Pluses in people's, waistband, in people's, bedside drawer or whatever. So I think it's a home run from Smith & Wesson. So hope that helps. If there's anything that I didn't answer or any questions you may have on any of this stuff, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer it for you or find an answer for you if I don't know. But yeah, be on the lookout for the new video on the Performance Center model when it comes in. I had to actually order it online from a place in New Hampshire and then actually have it shipped here to my local FFL because I just couldn't find any. I mean, I looked all over the place and everywhere said, out of stock. There were a few places that had the 4-inch model, but I didn't want the 4-inch model. I wanted the 3.1. So I finally found a place that I could get one. And the process, obviously, with the way things are going right now, it's a little bit harder to get things, a little bit harder to find things. So they said it could take up to 10 days just to, for the fulfillment of my order to be processed and shipped. So it may be 2 weeks. The way, background checks are going from, I think last week or the week before that, they were popping them out in 30, 40 minutes, and they're back up to 3 or 4 days now. And it's just kind of fluctuating. So I don't know exactly when that will be, when I'll get it. But, when I do, you can be sure that I'll make a video comparing that one and my wife's Shield Plus. And therefore, you can take a look at both guns, both options. If you're in the market or you're curious, and maybe that will help you determine whether or not you want to look at just the standard or if you want to look at the performance model. So that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had some useful information out of this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want. Share it, like it, dislike it. That's fine as well. And until next time, I'm out of here.